Dozens of Marines and sailors will storm Southern California beaches today in a test that could shape the next generation of warfare. The troops are taking part in an advanced technology exercise. The devices they're using could be used in future assaults on enemy coastlines. First on CBS This Morning, Carter Evans shows us the high-tech tools meant to give American troops the upper hand. He's on the beach at Camp Pendleton, north of San Diego. Carter, good morning.
Good morning. This is just some of the new hardware the Marines are testing out here. These are autonomous vehicles, one for land, one for sea. You can see they both got machine guns mounted to them. This is a drone with a very high-tech camera. Well, what's so special about that? It can actually see in the dark. It's an infrared camera. It reads heat signatures. That gives commanders the ability to make smart decisions before they put Marines on the beach.
On the sand, in the air, and in the water. The Marines here at Camp Pendleton are training for the next generation of warfare.
Mike Sierra 565 break.
Throughout my entire career, maritime supremacy was guaranteed, air supremacy was guaranteed. Now even a primitive adversary like ISIS is flying UAVs with explosive charges on them.
So the pressure's on.
The pressure's on.
Colonel Dan Sullivan is trying to relieve that pressure by putting new high-tech tools in the hands of his Marines. From mobile 3D printers that can create spare parts in the field to unmanned robots mounted with machine guns.
The unique thing here is having the actual scientists and engineers in the field for 2 weeks, testing and evaluating a host of technologies.
This week's exercise brings together more than 100 pieces of advanced technology and lets Marines work with them in simulated amphibious assault scenarios. But putting so much faith in autonomous devices raises concerns over hacking.
This is being designed with the cyber threat in mind.
If there's no cybersecurity, it's no good.
I think that's quickly becoming our center of gravity, is defending our network.
Can hold how many rounds?
Probably 200.
The technology was designed by both military and civilian innovators, but not all of it was originally intended for the battlefield.
So just climb in?
The Hypersub is a speedboat that turns into a submarine.
Wow, this is really cool.
If it sounds like a kid's James Bond fantasy, well, that's exactly how it started out for inventor Reynolds Marion.
I just always figured it'd be a good idea as a kid to be able to have a really cool speedboat that could go out and dive when you wanted to dive.
From youthful minds, these creations are now in the hands of young warriors like Corporal Edmund Kennedy.
You've been in the Marines 4 years, and yet you got all this top brass asking you, what do you think?
Yes, sir. That's definitely a change of pace.
He's one of the Marines participating in the exercise, and for him, a lot of the technology feels familiar.
It was almost like being at home and just playing a video game.
Did you ever think that you would be able to bring those video gaming skills to the job?
Not in a million years. My mother told me it was a waste of time, but look at me now, Mom.
Now, the Marines are going to take what they learn here, they're going to narrow it down and decide what they may want to purchase for future deployment. And they promise that will happen fast. Think Silicon Valley speed and not Pentagon red tape. Alex?
Carter, thanks. It's a brave new world, huh?
What's interesting, too, the internet really began in government. Now, what's happening in Silicon Valley is being adopted by government.
Right. Some of the smartest machinery out there and advances.
Exactly.
And the focus on cybersecurity. New fronts on all accounts.